ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages, hi. I haven't played this in a while, have I? Did I play it last weekend? Can't remember. Weekends are becoming a bit of a blur for me. I should probably turn off the megaphone effect.
Yeah, weekends are becoming a bit of a blur. I've been kind of busy most weekends for the last while. If I'm not traveling, I'm doing classes and studying, so what happens one week to the next, it's a little hard to tell anymore. And I'm not even laid off yet. It's weird. So, yeah, it's been a while. Haven't played Grim Dawn in a bit. I think I've been too absorbed into Baldur's Gate. That's definitely been a lot of fun for me. I've been playing that over on Twitch, www.twitch.tv/Mauser. You know, if you're interested in that sort of thing. It's not much different from the streaming I do on YouTube. A little bit more interactive just because of the way my setup works when I'm streaming on Twitch. And, you know, they have the fun little interactions like bits and stuff that I have access to over there that I don't have access to over here yet. It'll come. All in good time. Took me forever to get, it's not partner. I can't remember what it was on Twitch, but the associate or whatever it was. Can't remember. It'll come to me. Not relevant. The point remains, I have more interaction options over there than I do over here, but essentially the same kind of streams. The only reason I switched over to here some was because, one, I wanted to diversify my platform a little bit, and two, because I eventually want to make use of these shorts. That's right. I have some ideas. They're still cooking. But I have recorded some fun ones here on the side, and I'll probably get around to uploading them. It's mostly just my own, I won't say perfectionism, but I'm very picky about things that I put out and attach my name to. This is something I've developed over years of being a software developer, I think, is if I'm going to put my name on it and I'm going to release it under my name, I want it to have a certain kind of quality. And if it doesn't have that kind of quality, I don't want to put it out. And some of the attempts to make a decent short just haven't played out the way I wanted. And so, they haven't been released yet. There's a couple that I have a script written for and know what I want to do, and I'm happy with that part. It's just getting it recorded nicely. I think some folks don't realize, like when I do voice acting type stuff for fun or like the unplanned stuff in stream, I would not like if someone clipped it, I would be fine with it, but I would not clip it myself for anything that I didn't practice and refine and get to a point where I could feel proud of it. Some people can just make that stuff on the fly. They just look back at everything as a learning experience. They just fire it out and they're like, that's awesome. I'm glad I did that. Even if it's not great now, I'm glad I did it. And I just cannot mentally bring myself to do that. There's reasons I don't share pictures of like my computer build because I looked at it and it's not entirely what I wanted. The case I got was a little bit old, and though the airflow was amazing, it means there's a wire mess, and nowadays nobody wants to see your wire mess, and so I don't want to show people my PC. I'll tell you my specs, it's a bit old. I made it a couple years ago, around the start of COVID, so, you know, nothing fantastic. GeForce RTX 2070 Super. About middle of the road at this point. Nothing top of the line there. Disconnected. Well, that's unfortunate. Because it says I'm still live. Come on, OBS. You can do this. You can do it, OBS. Tell me I'm still streaming. And whatever. Hopefully that doesn't ruin this, because I know YouTube's got some weird rules on the way their streams work. Particularly if you have it auto stop or auto start. That's all bad. I do have that set, and I don't know if disconnecting affects that, but if it does, it means this particular stream will vanish, and you'll get a couple seconds of stream, and that'll be the end of it. But since I don't have any live viewers at the moment that I'm aware of, no one will know. They'll just think I streamed for a couple seconds and then disappeared. Well, regardless of whether I'm actually live or not, I'm gonna start playing, and if this thing just happens to be recording and streaming, then that's awesome. And if not, well, I'm still gonna have fun playing the game. Alright, let's get started. Now, I don't know if anyone here on I don't remember my last YouTube stream real well. Like I said, everything's blurry. But I don't know if you guys had seen the upgraded graphics with the blinking and the mouth moving while I'm talking. I'm pretty sure I had this last weekend, so you should have. Either way, I'm gonna get started. Let's do this. And I'm going to finally stop avoiding this guy who wanted me to start the Forgotten Gods expansion. We've been avoiding him. I've been trying to look at other side quests to do bounties, do stuff like that. We're not going to avoid him anymore. The emissary will finally be acknowledged.
Ah, we speak at last. As I am sure you know, there are many who now cast their gaze upon you, traveler. Or should I say, taken. Some who mean you ill. Some who fear your potential.
Fear me!
Then there are those who command me. They have taken great interest in your accomplishments. It appears you may be just the one we require.
For what?
I cannot speak of such things in this place. The cursed gaze of our foes is cast upon us here, so I will be brief. Great powers are gathering within the distant lands of the fallen Corvan people, and the Great Eye has decreed that you must
The Eye of
out,
Sauron.
whatever that may be.
All right.
Will you answer our summons?
I'll be an
Will you
actor on
join
your
me
stage.
through the portal, or do the mortal concerns of these people outweigh the calls of fate?
I mean, I do like the people, but yeah, let's do this. Quest complete. A stranger beckons. Conclave of the Three. I don't know who these three are, but I have a feeling. Nice, there's a teleport point.
So, you have come, as the Oracle of Dreeg had foreseen.
Who?
But are you truly prepared for what's in store for you in this forsaken land?
You could explain it to me and then I can answer your question.
You are in the Corvan Basin, a land ravaged by gods and man alike. A land whose secrets are now coveted by a determined few. As for this camp, this is the Conclave of the Three, a gathering of occultists, warlocks, and witches that serve the witch gods.
I see.
Here the three cults set aside their disagreements and join as one against our mutual foes. Foes which threaten your existence as well, I might add.
Are we talking about the ethereals? I'm gonna just pause for a quick second here though. I always love the word conclave, and the reason why is kind of dumb. But the reason I love the word conclave goes back to my early days in university. I used to participate, I'm kind of putting my age out here on display a little bit. I used to participate in something called a MUD, a multi-user dungeon. It's a text-based MMO. It's the precursor to MMOs as you know it. It was essentially D&D via server, using C and C# code as the back end, serving up text files to pipe out information. Pretty simple stuff. I could probably write one in my sleep now, except, you know, it would drive me insane. And roughly the idea that led to me loving this word so much is there was this thing called houses or guilds. Now, houses were run by the immortals, gods, essentially programmers for the game, and the very first programmer to ever notice me, one of the immortals, his house was called Conclave, and I was one of its first members, and I always liked that. That word always kind of stuck with me as a result. So when he just said it now, I had this moment of, oh, there's a memory. I still remember the day. Not only did he put me in his tower, his conclave, he also gave me his brand. Now, brands in that game were essentially gifts from the gods that allowed you to do things that others could not. The advantage of that particular god's power is it allowed you to instantly teleport back to the conclave. Now, what was interesting is if you were branded by the god but not a member of conclave and you teleported there, you know, you'd get attacked. Now, some houses were our enemies, and sometimes he would intentionally give our enemies his brand so that they could come pick fights with us. Because the idea was the houses or guilds were run by the players, even though they were all patroned by a particular immortal. But the brands were his personal favored people. People he liked, or people he respected, or people he thought could long-term contribute to the game, either through roleplay or through code or whatever. And so, yeah, I always smile a bit when I see that. And if you ever give me an opportunity to join like a guild or a house or something like that, have Conclave in the title somewheres. Guarantee you I will join just because of the name. Anyways, what do you need me for?
The three have decreed that I seek out worthy allies in our battle against a common foe. But are you indeed the one we seek?
I don't know.
First, you must prove yourself.
Okay, what do you need?
Go to the center of the camp before the statues. Kanatha, mistress of the Sentinels, awaits you to begin the Eldritch rites. Conquer whatever horrors assault you from the Eldritch realm, and we shall have our answer.
Ask a question.
In time, all your questions will have answers of their own. But first, the rites.
So the answer is no, you may not answer a question. Or ask a question. Fine. Okay, what do we got here? Who are you? Harold?
Leave me to my business.
What are you working on?
Did you not hear me? Let me spell it out for you. Leave me alone. The less time I spend in this forsaken sand-covered armpit of the world, the better. And you serve no purpose but to slow me down. Now leave me alone so I can get my work done and get out of here.
Sorry to bother you.
Greetings, friend. I know when somebody's carrying coin, you got your share. Care to make an exchange for some iron bars?
What would I want these for?
I offer a humble service. No strings attached. Bring me iron bits, and in exchange you'll receive an iron bar. Pass these on to your allies, or perhaps your alter egos. They bring them to me, then I'll happily take them off their hands for their original value.
Cool. How to send money to your other characters. Got it. Or other players.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Stash is the same as it always was, and my inventory has been recently cleaned from the looks of it, probably at the end of last stream.
I'll keep an eye on this.
A worthy purpose. Alright, what's this say? Let the sacrifice echo across the conclave that our brother Yaros was found worthy of bearing his life before Soleil's blade. Few are granted the honor, and fewer still have the will to accept the burden for the benefit of us all. And so it was with our brother, who not only willingly stepped forward to feed Soleil's hunger, he had Soleil's sigils painted upon his bare chest as he paraded himself to the center of the conclave. Larger than life, he stood proudly before Sagan and his carved witchblade, and proclaimed to all that today marks the first day of their victory against the usurper. Yaros kneeled, as was customary, but his eyes never turned away from the vicar's stoic gaze. As was set down upon us by Soleil, Sagan uttered the sacred words and slit his forefinger to paint a rune upon Yaros's forehead. Then the vicar stood behind the sacrifice and placed the sacred blade upon his throat. This was the Chosen's last chance to back down. Though to be perfectly honest, such a disgrace would likely end in death anyways. Yaros looked ahead with confidence. His face was beaming with pride. Such was his faith. For Sola! He began to cry when Sagan slit his throat and plunged his other hand drenched in black flames into Yaros's chest. Sagan removed the dead man's heart in a swift motion and drank deep of the lifeblood spilling forth. Yaros's body slumped to the ground, his eyes still staring forward. Several attendants saw to his cremation as the vicar delivered the heart to Soleil's shrine. The heart was placed in an ornate bowl and incinerated, and as it burned, the runes upon the shrine grew brighter. Soleil is pleased, Sargon uttered, smiling with bloody lips. Oh, good. So this place was an altar for sacrifices. And this guy doesn't talk. All right. Death to the usurper. Okay, we'll read that. Lots of guards. Noticing the guards. This is a cult supplier. Let's see. Do I see anything I like? So far, no. Nope. Nope. Nothing but a loss. Still nothing but loss. And I'm not talking about the 4-panel comic, you nerds, if you were thinking that. Okay, nope, nothing really in particular there. I feel like this whole run of this game, I have not had a decent weapon. Death to the usurper. Praise be upon the three. Praises be upon the three. Praises be upon their wisdom, their foresight, and their pity upon mankind. For without their blessings we would be as worthless husks, devoid of the gifts of the Eldritch realm, and at the mercy of the Luminari hounds. Do they not realize I'm one of the Luminari? I'm an Inquisitor. Curses be upon the usurper, the burning vengeance, the Corvin destroyer. Curses be upon his lust for the Eldritch thrones, for the pinnacle of the gods. May he die 1,000 deaths as Dreeg suffers 1,000 festering wounds. May his insides fill with spiders and his eyes turn to ash by Eldritch fire. All this we invoke upon the usurper of the Eldritch powers. Powers meant to be wielded by true gods and their servants. We march through the blistering sands and into the heart of the flame. The whispers of Dreeg in our ears, the hounds of Bismiel at our side, the black flame of Soleil upon our blades. None shall be spared before our wrath. By the gifts of our patrons, we will reclaim what is theirs, and though our blood shall spill upon the Corvin sands, it will be done in honor of the true masters of humanity. Hi, I'm an Inquisitor. I noticed that you guys don't like Inquisitors very much. I understand that, but,
Greetings,
just saying.
Seeker.
I am not a Seeker. Don't call me names. I'm sorry, stranger. Perhaps we can talk later. Okay. Harnessing the Forgotten. What's this all about? There are ulterior motives to my selecting this location for our conclave. The Dreeg Seers have no doubt felt it by now, and your spiders have suspected. Yes, the veil is thin here, and yes, that enables the cults to better work with the gifts of the Eldritch realm. But another source of power lies buried at our fingertips. At my behest, one of our most gifted scholars in the Veil's mysteries, Mazan, is working on harnessing this power. As you well know, there are other realms, other constructs of the primordial gods. The statues adorning this sacred place are more than just mere decoration. They are conduits between realities, and could be manipulated to form a gateway with enough force of will. I believe Mazan is close to a breakthrough, and once he succeeds, we will have an entire realm of untapped potential to harness for our purposes. I, for one, am eager to see what we uncover, if past experience is any indication. Interesting. Yeah, that's the bounty table. There won't be anything there. Who are you?
The Raven spoke of your arrival.
I see.
A real test of your skills, then. I look forward to seeing you in action.
We'll see. Okay, that's the vendor. I have no desire to speak with you right now, Inquisitor. Alright.
Hey there, traveler.
Hey there, traveler. Come back and chat with me when you're done with the emissary. I wouldn't want him coming after me for meddling in his business. Sounds good? Well, if it isn't the talk of the camp. You know who I am? Of course. The Seers of Dreeg have extolled Urax and Burwitch, and even those yet to be. That is before they all started rambling on about death and the inevitable darkness that will consume all. Laura in particular seems to have taken interest in your arrival, but you can take that up with her. If you don't mind, I have a bit more of a personal question to ask. Yeah, go ahead. It's about a child, a little girl. Perhaps in your travels you may have met her and those who now care for her. What's her name? I'm afraid I don't know what her name is. You don't know? You see, I was traveling along the shore north of Port of Valbury with a small group from the Coven at Stonereach.
We sought to regroup with our brothers and sisters fleeing the carnage in the city. We searched for 2 days without luck, but on the third morning we spotted a small boat just offshore. It appeared to be empty, but I could swear I heard the cries of an infant coming from it. I braved the waters and fixed a line to it, and together we pulled it ashore. And what did you find? The sight we beheld burned my very soul. At first glance, it appeared there was nothing but death. Human remains twisted and mangled, laying with other creatures the likes of which I've never seen. But there, in the midst of it all, was a baby, just as pristine as if her mom had laid her down for an afternoon nap. She couldn't have been more than a couple years old. How that child survived whatever happened in that boat is beyond me. But when I picked her up, she looked at me with a bright smile in her beautiful green eyes. Some of the others were spooked. They kept going on about how it was impossible such a small child could have survived the carnage, how there was something unnatural about her. But I knew we had to take care of her. In the cult of Drieg, there are no coincidences. We were intended to find this girl. So I brought her back to the coven at Stonereach. The matron agreed to raise her, but I couldn't bear to leave her side. That is until I was summoned here. One does not deny the call of Draelus. I couldn't very well bring an infant here with me, not to this forsaken land. It broke my heart to leave her. Just thought maybe you may have been there. Maybe you have news of her.
That may be Alice, Van Aldrich's daughter.
You say her name is Alice? How would you know this?
She was taken from her mother in Port Valbury.
Oh, that must be her. Alice. Little Alice.
What of her mother? Did she survive Valbury? She seeks her child. She went to Melmoth.
Melmoth is no better place than Valbury these days.
She's walking into a death trap.
Drieg, forgive me. Perhaps I can still do something. But we're so far from Erulon.
Good luck then.
A challenge awaits, and a challenger stands. But which will endure? The eye knows the answer.
Oh, so you already can tell me the outcome of my fight. Cool. The emissary awaits your arrival, Seeker. Do come speak with me when you've finished with him. I've been waiting for you. Well, that's not something I hear very often.
The Great Guardian commands, and I serve.
All right, cool. All right, let's do this. Visions of Terror. What we got? This place we have chosen for our vigil, this conclave, is a cursed land. The veil screams in agony. The whispers from beyond threaten to unravel reality. Every night I've spent here, the visions of the other side come more frequently and with greater clarity. What I first thought were images of darkness turned out to be much worse. Within it were the screams of 1,000,000 souls crying out to me. Crying out for mercy. As my dreams solidified, I realized that the darkness moved. It writhed like a mass of tentacles, endlessly searching for something. The sight of it filled me with a terror beyond anything I've ever felt. I awoke gasping for breath and grasping for anything within reach that would remind me that I've left the dream. To the chagrin of my fellow seers sharing the tent. This went from being super serious to being unfortunate. Somebody's going to get charged with sexual assault here. Shaken and unable to sleep, I sought the wisdom of the oracle. To my surprise, or perhaps I should have expected this, my master was already waiting for me inside his tent. Lanterns illuminated him in their flickering light as he sat cross-legged, without his usual regalia, on a rug with tea set out for us. As he stared ahead with his blank eyes, he gave me a tight-lipped smile and motioned for me to sit. Before I could utter a word, he said, "Ugol." I was taken aback and blinked. The oracle continued by describing exactly what I had seen in my dreams, as if he had been there to share them with me. The insatiable night, he called it. The eternal darkness that exists in the beyond. It is primordial, unfathomable to the human mind. We see it as a mass of writhing tentacles, but what it truly is cannot be described in words. Ugol exists to consume everything, its endless pursuit halted only by the light of the celestial stars. I was told that it is a gift and a burden to bear witness to the makings of reality. What I had seen cannot be unseen. When I started visibly shaking, the oracle placed his palm upon my forehead. For a moment I could swear his eye tattoos were staring at me. Yet I found myself instantly calmed. When I asked what he had done, he would not say, but he offered to teach me a technique to calm myself and banish the darkness from my nightmares. It is a lucid method by which I would conjure my own stars into the dream, brighter than the desert sun. I thanked him for his wisdom and promised to return the next eve for my lesson. As I stood to leave, I glanced in his direction. He was staring ahead as before, a somber expression on his face. His tea remained untouched. I said no more and closed the tent flap behind me. It would seem my visions have disturbed the oracle as well, but I trust that his judgment and foresight will carry us through whatever darkness looms on the horizon. I pray to Dreek that the oracle's teachings will spare me further nightmares. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works, sir. I think those nightmares are here to stay, so get used to them. Virgins of the Covenant. Ah, you're the one they've been talking about. Worked with Kaiman and his band of merry fanatics back in Homestead. I'll tell you what. If it weren't for what you've done since, I'd end your life where you stand. You heard me. I don't know why they've allowed you into this camp, but I assure you, I'll be looking for a good reason to remove you from the land of the living. Why's that? You see all this here? All of these people? They're gathered here because that foolish maniac, Father Kaiman, has been meddling with powers he can't control. Something you helped him do, whether you realize it or not. If it were up to me, you'd be cut down just for setting foot in this camp. I'd love to see you try. Jake. Are you lost, Inquisitor? How is it that a member of the Luminari finds herself at the center of the warship they so desperately sought to erase? Emissary summoned me. Then this is where you belong, for reasons I'm sure we'll all discover. The emissary does not make mistakes. His actions speak for the three. A word of caution, though. There are many here who will not appreciate your presence. Why's that? For generations, the Luminari hunted our kind, stole our artifacts, and experimented on us for their own gain, all in the name of defending the Empire. That time has long since passed, and there are far greater threats to the Empire than the few of us who remain. But there are many here who suffered at the hands of the Luminari, and they are slow to forgive. Just tread lightly. Now, is there anything else I might help you with? So who's the emissary again? Well now, that is a good question. The emissary has been in service of the three for a very long time. Some say since the beginning, which would make him hundreds of years old. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but there's no doubt that he has been one of their most fervent servants. He goes where the three will not, recruiting talented individuals in their name or scouring them from existence should their refusal be perceived as a threat to the gods. I suspect many here were once recruited by him, including yours truly. So you were recruited by the emissary? Yes, I certainly was. It's not the happiest of tales, but all worked out in the end, I suppose. I was 14 at the time. My parents had fallen ill to a pox that claimed countless lives across the countryside. Things were not looking good, and we were running out of money. The little bit of medicine I could afford was quickly running out. One day, while I was out in the market trying to scrounge some coin for the meager goods we had, I began hearing voices. But they did not originate from anyone nearby. Only I could hear them. They told me things I thought impossible. At first, I was rightfully scared and didn't know what to make of it. I thought I was going mad. But in them was wisdom. I just didn't know it at the time. It wasn't long before my mother succumbed to the pox. I had to bury her myself as my father was still too weak. As tears streamed down my cheeks, I vowed to not let that happen again. I listened to the voices, and through them learned tricks beyond mortal limits. I hurt some people, but I was able to earn enough money for food and for Father's medicine. The day Father got out of bed for the first time in weeks, a stranger came to me on the road. Hood cloaked his features, and he introduced himself only as the emissary. He told me that the voices I was hearing were not of my own failing sanity, but instead, they were a gift. He told me that I was right to listen, but now the time had come to pay for my gifts. Father's life in exchange for my service. He said that should I keep listening to the voices, to follow them wherever they lead, but I will never see my father again. To deny them was to deny the call of a god. I felt that I had no choice. I wrote Father a note and left in the middle of the night. The emissary was not wrong. The voices led me to Stonereach, a coven of witches in the service of the three. There, I honed my powers and embraced my calling. I do not know what happened to my father, but given what's happened across Cairn, I can only imagine. And I can only imagine that I'd have shared his fate if I didn't leave. So what is this place again? This is a gathering of those faithful to the three, a convergence of powers this world has not yet seen. All of us were called here much like you. Okay. The three? Are you really that out of your element? The three, the witch gods, Bismiel, Drieg, and Soleil. The very reasons why we stand here this day. We are all of us bound to their will. To serve them is to have purpose. And now you have been called into their service as well. So what are we doing here? Each of us has our role to play, but all of us are here because the three demanded it. A forgotten threat rises to the north, one that may consume this land if we falter or delay. There are some in this camp who are skeptical of this, but they are fools to question the gods. The threat is real, as we will all know it soon enough. Okay, keep that in mind. Thanks for talking. These people hate me, but I also hate them. Can't talk right now. Maurice is watching. Who's Maurice? Who's Maurice? She's the love of my life. That's who Maurice is. Now please, would you leave before she sees us talking? I don't want her to get the wrong idea. Wrong idea? I don't want her to think I'm, talking to you. You know what I mean. Alright, I actually do.
Stay out of my way and we'll get along just fine.
Alright, I don't want any trouble. I am certain you have heard the whispers as I had. The Mad One is restless, his mind filled with visions of the Burning One's return. If the bonds are broken and his power restored, he could unmake everything. I do not have to remind you of the consequences. The Triumvirate's fate is bound in this moment. Send word along the spider's web. Rally the servants of Bismiel. I invoke the sacred covenant. The forces of the three must converge in the forgotten lands of the Corvin people. Our forces must unite against this threat, or divided we shall succumb to the vengeful flames.
None must be allowed to defy our summons. Any that do are as much enemy as the forces we contend with, and shall be dealt with in kind. We must not allow ourselves to be distracted by the machinations of the ethereals or the bloodletters succumbing to their own doom. The danger they pose pales in comparison to what awaits us if we fail. And if the web has done its part, then the Aerialan survivors will at least stymie their progress long enough for our matters to be settled. Seek out the twin statues. You know of which I speak. The veil there is thin, will serve as an opportune location to begin our work. At the request of the Infinite Eye, I've dispatched the emissary to track down valuable allies who will turn the tide in our favor. I consider their lives expendable in pursuit of victory, but one must not tamper with the whims of fate when they are so clearly written before us. By the three thrones, we will eradicate this threat to our gifts. The world will tremble before the might of the witch gods. Sagan, Vicar of Soleil. Oh boy, you sound pleasant.
So, you are what the emissary has brought us. Are you prepared for the trials ahead? This should prove entertaining.
Perhaps you'd prefer to try it yourself?
That would be brief.
So arrogant. I've killed people like you quite a bit. One more won't hurt.
Serve the three and prosper. Deny them and...
Oh, you gonna kill me? Hey, Maurice. I'm a bit busy right now. Come back and see me when you're finished with the emissary, alright? Alright. What happens when I step here? First, we'll talk to you.
The oracles of Dreeg spoke of your arrival. Their mad
Ooh, he's got the
choir
echo
whispers
voice.
Of you marching alongside
I like
our
it.
forces into the tomb of the Eldritch Sun and emerging triumphant. But even their eyes cannot peer into what I offer. The Shattered Realm is unlike anything mankind has ever witnessed, teeming with wealth and power beyond imagining, but also dangers not unlike those that we face even now on Cairn.
Got it?
But before you can enter this treacherous reality, I must know that you're indeed the one the oracles speak of. Earn your place within our camp, and we can speak more of the Shattered Realm's mysteries.
What is the Shattered Realm?
It is very much a reflection of our own physical reality.
Give me the details, man.
Broken
I must
and
know.
distorted. Whatever entity crafted this realm, it seems it has long vanished, and with its absence, the world crumbles. As far as I know,
I wonder if this is consistent with most of Warhammer lore.
As its
I don't actually
light
know enough about it to
fades,
say that.
So the insatiable darkness consumes it. The deeper you dig, the tougher the opposition may become. Occasionally, you may encounter powerful guardians of the realm that will seek to stop you. But should you triumph against them,
They're
vast
luring me with
wealth
money
awaits.
so hard.
Upon entering the Shattered Realm, you will appear within a shard. The way forward will only open once you've gathered enough souls from the forsaken
Excuse me.
basins. I shall keep the way open for you, so that you can return during your current journey.
So how do I prove myself?
The Shattered Realm is not some playground. It carries great risks, and I must know you are prepared. Speak to the emissary, earn a right to battle alongside one of the cults gathered here, and we shall speak again.
Okay.
The emissary warned me of your coming.
Oh, thanks.
Whether you may remain here is not a matter of his choosing. I will decide who stays and who dies. Are you prepared to face the trials?
So what are the trials?
Save your questions for the scholars.
Ha!
If you are to survive out here, then you must be tested against the terrors of the Eldritch Realm. Are you prepared to begin or not?
What's your role here
Right
again?
now, my role here is to determine whether you are worth the risks of bringing into our fold. Now, are you ready to begin or not?
I wonder if I can keep pissing her off.
Save your questions for this right now. My...
What else you got? Got anything else? I don't think she's got anything else. I don't pick up yellows anymore.
The emissary was right, as usual. You have earned the right to stand among us in the real trials to come. Our battle against the fiery fury boiling beneath the sands, of course. A forgotten god stirs. An ancient enemy of mankind threatens to destroy us all. We must rise to face this threat before all is lost.
That echo on a lot of these voice actings is really jarring. Particularly when you consider how good the audio quality was, like, in everything before this. I'm wondering if this stuff was recorded, like, at home offices and, like, because of COVID.
By the blessing of the Covenant, I am the mistress of the Sentinels. Those sworn to guard the interests of the Three and the survival of our people answer to me. They swear their oaths to the gods and to me.
Oh. All right. All right, let's see what Mr. Sentinel wants. Or emissary, rather.
I could hear the battle from here. So then, are you ready to open your eyes to powers beyond imagining? To secrets better left uncovered?
I have some questions first. Why is this place so important? The Corvin Basin was once home to a culture deeply rooted in tradition and faith, where an oath made upon the temple's steps was worth more than gold. Here was a land of purity by fire, of virtue through zealous faith to a god of unfathomable power. But such belief can prove dangerous, as the Corvin people learned. Tragedy struck as the land was torn asunder by the violent eruptions, and the people scattered to the winds to escape the fury of their celestial patron. Now, the same being, this forgotten deity, stirs once more, and if none stand against it, it may not just be the Corvin Basin that suffers this time around. I have another question. Who are your masters? I am the humble servant of the witch gods. By their guiding hand, the secrets of the Eldritch realm are revealed to me. All they ask for in exchange is loyalty and sacrifice. Those gathered here have given much of themselves, and they will give much more still if the Three demand of it. Okay? So what is this grave threat? A god long forgotten has reemerged. It is a malevolent and spiteful creature that has ravaged this land, and will do the same to all of Cairn if given the chance. You have heard of the dead god Chthon, no doubt, and the terrors it spawns even in death. This god, Korvac, is very much alive, and its followers grow in number and strength each day. The awakening of this being is a threat even to the witch gods themselves, and so we are here to put a stop to its return before it is too late. Okay, another question. Where are the witch gods? Should they not be helping? The actions of the Three are not for us to comprehend, but I suspect it is by their combined will that we even stand here now and are not already at the mercy of the Forgotten God's vengeance. I assure you that while they do not show themselves as they are keenly aware of all that transpires here. So why'd you bring me here?
Ah, yes. Ever driven by action. I admire your conviction. The fated hour is nearly upon us. Soon we shall strike as one against our formidable foe. But we cannot act brashly. Precautions must be taken. Each of the cults is preparing in their own way. Speak to the masters of the cults of Bismiel, Drieg, and Salile. Learn of their methods and align yourself to one cause. Draelus, Basila, and Sagon are already expecting you.
So why do I gotta choose a cult?
While we may be allies in this endeavor, the cults do not always see eye to eye on all matters. It is best for the sake of peace that you assist only one of the cults. Do not be concerned, though. The others will not see you as a foe for your decision. Not here. Besides, you may not find all the methods we employ agreeable. Speak to the cult leaders, learn of their ways, and make your choice.
Which cult do you belong to?
When I first stood before the witch gods, I said to them that I shall serve in this life and the next if need be, but I shall only ever serve the three. Not Bismiel, not Drieg, not Salile. And so, I am the herald of the gods, the one who spreads their message and finds worthy allies. All the cults look to my guidance. Even the gods have sought my counsel in the past.
Oh! Alright, I'll pick one. Let's go to the people who hate me first, because I kind of hate them too. You guys are with the Death Cult. I know who you are.
You show promise. Perhaps you would be of value to Salile. It remains to be seen if the emissary was right about you.
You serve Salile. Why should I help you?
Salile does not need your help, but that does not mean we cannot benefit one another. Only those willing to make any sacrifice, to go to any ends necessary, are of use to Salile. The world is ripe with power for the taking, if you have the will to claim it. Bismiel and Drieg hope to manipulate events to glean a favorable future.
Okay.
Salile knows that the mighty carve their own future.
Okay, so what can you tell me about Salile?
Salile is the youngest of the three, but do not mistake that for weakness. His mastery of the Eldritch fire is without equal. The very essence of the Eldritch realm is for him to mold as he sees fit, and he shares this knowledge with his loyal servants. But such power does not come without sacrifice. Some must die so that others can bask in his glory. The ultimate display of loyalty.
I'm gonna piss him off and ask this one.
Cruel. The world is cruel. Salile expects great sacrifice, yes, but in return he gifts us with unfathomable power. What god worshipped in the fallen empire can offer the same?
Okay. So those guys dislike me for being friendly with Kaiman.
Well, look what we've got here.
Decisions. Seems the emissary has left you with a bit of a choice to make, friend. Which will it be? Bismiel and her web of spies? Drieg with his fancy visions? Or maybe Salile with the ritual sacrifice? That last one sounds like a winner to me. Which do you serve? What, me? I certainly don't serve any of them. I serve the god of making Riggs a wealthy man. What are you doing here? Well, I'm what you might call a supplier. A purveyor of particular goods, if you will. I have a special talent for finding high-end and difficult-to-acquire objects. Things this crew here can't seem to get enough of, particularly since they set out on their little crusade here. Something about a long-forgotten god and the end of the world or some such. Sounds like business as usual to me. A wise man once said, when there's a fight, there's a fortune to be made. So who said that? Me, you fool. I just said that. It was a joke, you see, so you're a merchant? Well now, that's an oversimplification. You see, those other trash peddlers down there, they've got it all wrong. Selling goods for iron bits is a child's game. A man isn't going to get rich playing games. No, my friend. I trade only the finest goods. For favors. Favors from very powerful people. Favors that I'll be cashing in when I see fit. So you just give them things? No, I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying here. I give them things in exchange for favors. They're in my debt. They owe me, you see? There's people all across this land that owe me. From emperors to dung shifters. The living, the dead, makes no difference. They're in my debt. And when I need it most, they're gonna come calling. That's wealth right there. So how do you make them pay you? Ah, that's the genius of it right there. So many people across this land are in my debt. You never know who they might be, what they might be capable of. Say I make a deal with a wealthy merchant. Then later on, when I come to collect my debt, he doesn't feel like paying. I pleasantly remind him that there's a lot of other folks looking to make good on their debts. And then leave him to think about who else might owe me, and what they might be willing to do to pay up. That usually works. If it doesn't, I just get one of my other debtors to come and tune him up a bit. Sometimes you need to send a message to anyone else who might be thinking about defaulting on their debt. But most folks are glad to pay up when it comes time. It's a relief of sorts. So you got anything for me? See, now you're getting it. That's what I'm talking about. She wants to make a deal. Let me think for a second. Yeah, come to think of it, I do have something for you. You know what this means, of course. You're going to owe me. Someday, I'm gonna come to collect. Do we have a deal? Second thought, I'm out. Well, that's a shame, my friend. You come back and see me now if you change your mind. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, tell me about your cult.
The weeping spines do not lie. You have come to fragment the memories of the forgotten. But who will stand by your side? Will you step into the spider's web? Or will you kindle the flame? Or perhaps you will weep for the eye that sees all.
You serve Dreeg. Why should I help you?
Much purpose flows within you. Allow me to temper that potential. Through the great guardian's eyes, we shall divine the true path beyond.
This guy's really got a flair for the dramatic.
Let the others play with their eldritch toys and arcane spectacles. It falls upon us to strike the balance.
So, you can see Dreeg can see the future?
The strands of fate have been exposed to his infinite gaze. His wounds weep for our future, just as his reach seeks a path through the calamities that still await.
Okay, so what can you tell me about him?
Dreeg is the oldest of the witch gods. He sought to know all, to witness the truth in the fabric of our reality.
Okay.
He cast aside the ancient warnings, threw caution to the wind, and reached beyond the curtain that seeks to blind us of true sight. Even his knowledge and wisdom did not prepare him for what he witnessed. The event changed him irrevocably, and while his mortal eyes were forever blind, so his eldritch eyes had opened.
Okay.
For the first time in his life, Dreeg saw the world for what it truly was, and he saw rot. Dreeg does not distract himself with the folly of mortal pursuits. In the end of all things, we must strike balance.
Okay, need to consider my options. Okay, I've already spoken with the emissary, but you don't seem to want to talk to me, so moving on. Wares of Dreeg. What do you guys sell?
My wares.
Territory rallying. Neat. Charge valiantly to strike a target foe. Interesting. Okay. Combat cask. So far, Dreeg's looking pretty good. I'm looking to make sure that as I level up with them, Blade Berry and Deadly Aim's good. These all require level 90, so that's not happening anytime soon. Steel Resolve. Okay, so far, their loot looks good. I also note that I'm merely tolerated.
Iron well spent.
Where is it?
Come see what's
Bismiel?
left of my wares.
Inquisitor Seal. Blade Spirit. They appear to have stuff. Oh, Belgothian Shears is good. I use that. Storm Spread. Ren of Hagrard. One thing that will really draw me in is they have a weapon that's actually an upgrade for me. Because that has been frequently an issue. So far it looks like these guys don't have anything. I gotta say, so far, none of them are really exciting.
Iron well spent.
Alright, let's hear about this one.
You've been quite a sight since entering our camp. I'm shivering with anticipation for what's next. But will you be at my side? Or would you rather waste your time on the minions of Dreeg and Salile?
Okay, tell me about it.
My dear, who needs to see the future when you can manipulate it from the shadows? Salile would have you play with fire and get burnt. But Bismiel offers you the true gifts of
But what about Dreeg?
realm. Every hound, every raven, every fiend that's ever crossed the veil can and will serve the schemer. All are bound within the web.
I see.
No move can be made without tugging at the strings. Until finally, the spider strikes.
So Bismiel's a spider?
Bismiel is like a dreadweave widow. Sultry, manipulative, and deadly. But no, she is not a spider in the physical sense. The schemer takes on many forms. All a means to an end. A pompous oligarch, an unassuming beggar, a seductress. All the faces of Bismiel.
This just suddenly reminded me of Ko the Face Stealer from Avatar.
Form, then you are already dead.
Damn. Okay, so can't romance Basilla, Matron of Rifts. Or rather you can, but it's game over. Can you imagine Warhammer dating sim? You get to date an orc, but you have to tolerate the fact that every third word is wah.
A favorite legend among the rabble is that the secrets of the Eldritch realm were whispered.
But if you have a
in the
red
goddess's
car,
ear by a spider.
you're guaranteed to at least get some time out
it
of it.
happened on a night of fire and passion.
An orc
of
chopper.
betrayal and lust for power. The Lady of Whispers always gets her way in the end. It was by her machinations that the Empire's Inquisitors spent centuries aimlessly hunting for the witch god cults.
I see.
Their efforts confounded by the endless weave of decoys and lies.
Okay.
Only a select few are trusted in knowing the span of Bismiel's web. I have the honor of sitting at its center.
Okay. I want to go look at the cruel cults supplies before I make any final decision. So far, Dreeg's looks like it was the best for me, but let's see. The advantage of Bismiel's is that it does power up Belgothian Shears, which I am using. Okay, where are your supplies? Do you not have supplies? Huh. Little confused. But maybe I'm just missing them. Maybe they're down here. No, that was these guys. Yeah, where's the Salile? Here we are. And we're at this Blade Burst. Shadow Strike, I do use that. This is actually worse than what I have, though. Heartseeker, I do use that. Don't use any of those. So far, not looking great. Let's see what their final gear is kind of like. Blade Burst. Gar. That is kind of good. Yeah, that stuff wasn't good, though. Yeah, I don't know. These guys don't seem like they'd be great for me.
Put it to good use.
I have no idea who to go with here. We got the crazy seers. Laura in particular seems to take an interest in your arrival, but you can take that up with her. I think if I join them, this person's going to want to talk to me. These guys over here want to kill me. Nope. I'm sorry. Are you the one who's supposed to see for our initiation? I don't believe so. Ah, sorry then. Let's talk another time. All right. I'm ready for whatever Soil's got in store for us. Atron deserves to be here, and I'll make sure of it. Okay? If you need something, go speak to Atron.
Sorry, I can't talk. I'm waiting for someone.
Okay. You guys want me dead.
Stay out of my way and we'll get along just fine.
Now, this particular member. All right, so these guys are pissed because I helped Kaiman. These guys don't really care. I'm just another pawn. And these guys seem excited for me to be here. But their gear sucks for me. I do use Blade Barrier in Deadly Aim, though. And I would be able to make use of that. The most basic stuff of any use to me. Yeah, Blade Barrier and Deadly Aim I do use. Not as much on the shoulder pieces, but Steel Resolve's okay. I mean, that one I can use all of it. Yeah, so far it's kind of looking like Cult of Dreeg's where I should be. Blade Burst, Justifiable Ends, Aura of Censure. Shaman Necromancer. All skills an Arcanist. Not really All skills for... That's something I'll look for. Is anyone who's got a weapon or a thing that gives plus something to all skills in whatever that I happen to have.
Put it to good use.
So either Inquisitor or Night Stalker. So Drieg didn't really have anything specific to me.
See anything you like?
What do you got? Okay, you have weapons that do benefit me. The Soul Breaker, for example. Ooh, that strongly benefits me. Cultist. Magic Burst, yeah, I can use that. Shaman. Visitor Seal. Blade Spirit. Goldian Shears is definitely one I use. Ring of Steel, definitely use. Night Stalker's Pendant. Not as much. Not at all. Not as much. Could use. Okay, so they at least have something. The Night Stalker Pendant, which I could use. Inquisitor Nightblade. Okay, it's starting to look like Bismeal's so far got the strongest offering for me. Vanish. Leap.
See you around.
Okay, Bismeal's gear looking good.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Oathkeeper. Oathkeeper. I'm starting to think these guys are kind of geared towards Oathkeepers. Venom Fire. Corruption. Phantasmal Blades. I do use it. But not much. Okay. Spite. Or piercing. Legendary two-handed sword. Two-handed swords I don't really use. Mark of the Farseer. Nah. Okay.
Put it to good use.
I think, unfortunately, Drieg's been kind of ruled out. Drieg doesn't really offer me anything I use. Or can use well. These guys hate me, but if they're good for me, I don't care. What are they going to do? Fight me?
Come see what's left of my wares.
Alright, what do you got? Not much good. Kinda meh. One-handed scepter. Very offhand. Pretty meh. Flails. Two-handed range. Nope. Legendary one-handed sword, but doesn't really benefit me. Cultist. Yeah. I think it's gonna be Bismeal. Everything's kind of working out.
See you around.
Alright, we might be going with the spider lady. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider
See
out.
what's left of my wares.
What's with all this Oathkeeper stuff? Shaman. Take a look at all these again. What do we have? We got one-handed ranged, which I can't really use. One-handed mace, which I can use but doesn't really benefit me. One-handed dagger, could use but doesn't benefit me. And Mark of the Shadow Queen, which doesn't really benefit me. But Night Stalker Pendant 100% does benefit me. Alright. Bismiel wins. I heard about the antics you pulled with Kaiman's Chosen back in Homestead. Don't be thinking such foolishness will go unnoticed around here. I'll be keeping an eye on you. Antics? Are you my mother or what? Don't play coy with me. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, thanks, Mom. Alright, Bismael.
You've been quite a sight since entering our... My dear. Who needs to see then what I've heard is true?
Friendly with the cult of
You
Bismael.
do have some sense to accompany your affinity for carnage.
I do like carnage.
Together, we shall weave a web not even a god can escape.
Alright, let's do it.
The schemer's web demands my utmost attention. For now, speak to Elaine here at my camp. The forgotten god stirs within his temple, but plans have been set in motion to see to his destruction. Elaine has heard the lady's will and knows how to proceed. Speak with her. I am certain that you will not let me down.
Alright, cool. I will do so in just a moment. I want to see what Laura has to say about me now, because it's probably not positive. Seeker, please, spare me a moment. I've been waiting. I must speak with you. Alright, you've been waiting? Yes, waiting in darkness that gathers at the very corners of my mind. I've had many visions of your deeds in Devil's Crossing and beyond. I have followed your path closely. Visions? My faith in Drieg has granted me the power of true sight. I see many things in far-off places, some that lie behind us, and some that have yet to pass. Many of my visions appear as clear as day. Others are broken and twisted like a fitful dream. This is why I've been so eager to speak with you. I have seen many things of your past, but your future is hidden from me. A dark veil hangs over you, obscuring you from my sight. Even now as you stand before me, my vision is clouded as if something doesn't want me to see you. Do you know what it is, this darkness? Do you know why it follows you? Does it speak to you? I have no idea. You must be wary, Seeker. To have your eyes truly opened only to become blindsided is troubling. I cannot say for certain if you are a savior or the harbinger of our undoing. What else have you seen? It is difficult to say. My sight has taken a dark turn of late. I am plagued by a depth of hopelessness I cannot explain. Every night there are flashes of the future, just the slightest glimpse, but each is more dreadful than the last. I lie awake until they subside. There are many others in this camp who suffer at the presence of these visions. Some have begun to give in, believing their visions are of an inevitable darkness, taking their own lives or fleeing to the desert for the sands to claim them. The only constant that is shown through my nightmarish visions is you. This is why I've been so desperate to speak to you. Maybe the darkness follows you and not me. Perhaps you're right. But as these visions worsen, others may come to more sinister conclusions. They may begin to perceive you as a threat to the meaning of their existence. Whatever the source of this darkness, so long as it hangs over us, I would be wary. I'll be careful. Hey, believe it or not, she sounds crazy, but I appreciate the warning.
So you've chosen to fight under Bismael's banner. A wise decision. In the end, we all serve Bismael's will. You might as well be doing so willingly.
So why do you serve?
To gaze upon Bismael's web is to witness the workings of the gods themselves. The schemer's cunning alone is worthy of reverence, to say nothing of her mastery of the summoning arts. I am blessed to know even a fraction of her vast network.
I'm no summoner, though.
Yes. I have been tasked with the preparation for the upcoming battle, and you will assist me. The Lady of Whispers has decreed that we are to gather powerful essence from the guardians of Corvin temples.
Okay.
They call it blood of the Watchers, though it's not blood in the literal sense. It is pure arcane energy, turned solid within the shells of the stone guardians still roaming these lands.
Okay.
Find these infused animated watchers among the ruins of the Carandox and the Temple of Osir to the north, and bring me their blood.
Wow, you're bloodthirsty. Can I have your number?
The Great Eye is watching your every move. The choices you've made here have already been written.
Okay. If the cult's now wondering why I didn't join them, it's probably because they threatened my existence. Okay, crazy stalker, noted.
Serve the three and prosper. Deny them and...
Thought the chaos around here didn't even take notice of your trials. Care to put yourself to use?
Alright, what do you need?
What was once a joint pursuit of a raving zealot and his brainwashed followers has turned into a full-on assault on a primordial being. To say that we were ill-prepared for a conflict of this magnitude is an understatement. But it's also no secret that this region is teeming with old secrets and forgotten artifacts, a resource we can take advantage of to augment our dwindling arcane supplies. I've sent out a group of aspirants to scour the Temple of Osir to the north of anything valuable. I expected them to return by now, but nobody's seen them. If you're going to make yourself useful, go out there and find whatever they've scavenged, and bring them back too, I suppose.
Fine. We're just gonna pick up quests and then we'll get out of here. And what do you want, good sir?
The oracles of Drig spoke of your arrival. Their mad choir whispers of you marching alongside our forces into the tomb of the Eldritch Sun and emerging triumphant.
I gotta get that voice effect for myself.
Even their eyes cannot peer into what I offer. The Shattered Realm is unlike anything mankind has ever witnessed, teeming with wealth and power beyond imagining.
I just really like it.
Also, dangers are not unlike those that we face even now on Cairn. I have the means to open the way, if you wish to join me in pursuing its mysteries.
I'm listening.
But be warned, the Shattered Realm spans eternity.
Oh, I see.
One could spend a lifetime exploring even a small fragment of its vast reality. You must be careful not to lose your mind, or worse, become lost forever. Will you dare enter? Will you witness sights beyond imagining?
Let me pick up all the other quests first, and then we'll talk. Okay, I already talked to you. Anything here?
Back so soon.
Kind of deal. All right. Remember those? Yep, I remember. Rare boots. Okay. That's not really a good deal. Okay, what do you want?
Traveler, can you spare a minute?
You look like you might be able to help me.
All right, what do you need?
It's my brothers. I was supposed to meet them back here last night, but they haven't shown up yet. We split up yesterday morning outside the Karen Rock docks to the north. There's a temple under the ruins there. They couldn't leave it alone, just had to go for one more. Two of them just can't control themselves. Who am I fooling? I would have been right there with them, but I was already loaded up with as much as I could carry. I told them to meet me back here. That was the last I heard of either of them. I'd go back out there and look for them myself, but I should stay here just in case they come back. If you're headed out past the wall, will you keep an eye out for them? They've got to be somewhere between here and the Karen docks.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm gonna go take a chance and talk with this guy and see where this portal takes me.
The oracles of Dreeg.
Open the portal. Portal to the Shattered Realm. Okay. This just looks like an area I've been before. Is that what this is? Is this just... they take a section of the map, they close it off, and like this is now your... oh, it's timed even. I see.
That skill's not ready. Can't do that yet.
I'll take that Shattered Soul. This is interesting so far. I think I understand the gist of it.
That skill's not ready. That skill's not ready. That skill's not ready.
Enemies everywheres. So I see. I've probably got a fixed amount of time to clear this whole place.
Can't do that yet. That skill's not ready.
What happens if I die in here?
Can't do that yet. Can't do that yet.
Proceed to the next portal. I see. Okay, they're all just suddenly dying in front of me. I don't quite understand what's going on here, but...
That skill's not ready. Can't do that yet.
Take the Vital Essence. We need that.
Can't do that yet.
Yeah, it seems like this is just a constantly regenerating dungeon. Or procedurally generated dungeon. I like it.
Can't do that yet.
That said, I am absolutely gonna run out of time, I think. It feels like the idea is that you want to rush towards large groups of enemies if you can find them. So better fill up the gauge.
That skill's not right.
Ugh. We're having some troubles here. I need more enemies. Come on. There we go. Oh boy, you are unpleasant to look at.
That skill's not ready.
All right, time has expired. Proceed further.
That skill's not ready. I don't have enough energy.
Wow, I've actually used up all my energy. I'm just spamming abilities. Wait, that's an enemy.
That skill's not ready.
Whoa, Nelly. A little bit going on here.
Can't do that yet. Can't do that yet.
So now that the timer's run out, I don't know what's going on. And now everything's dead again. I don't know what's going on. But I'll take all that vital essence. What do we got?
Can't do that yet.
Ooh, you do not give up. Like some sort of mutated deer thing? Yeah, I did the thing.
Well done. This portion of the Shattered Realm is clear of threats, and its power ours for the taking. I can open the way further, or if you wish, offer you compensation for your efforts. That will mark the end of your journey, however, as the connection to this shard shall be broken. What will it be?
We're good. We're good. Portal to eternal wealth. These any good? Not looking like it. All right, let's open them, see what they got. Nothing. That's not really helpful to me. I don't raise skeletons. Baldir's armor. That could be good. Can't use it right now. It doesn't really speak to my class, but Stormseeker's saber. Not better than what I have, but why not? Take the greens. Always take the greens. I can't tell if there's like a chest in here like I missed. I don't think so. Okay, you just sell potions. Escape to Karen. We will. Alright, we got something out of that. I'll take something over nothing. Unfortunately, they don't appear to be of any great benefit to me, but still kind of cool. No, we're not going back in there right now. Alright, so that seems it's kind of a endless, constantly regenerating dungeon option for when you've just done everything. Corvin Plateau. Let's see what's out here. Making friends. They look like raptors. Also, that thing dropped a blue right off the bat. No, it's just a Clastorian Gavel. We've gotten a few of those. Gavel. Clever girls. Frozen hearts, huh? You guys were so preoccupied that you could do it, you never stopped to think if you should. I don't know who those guys are, but I just helped them. Anything of note? Nada. We'll take that food ration, though. Cult of Dreegs. Okay.
That skill's not ready.
Ooh. Okay, I see a few new enemies. Finally getting some new enemy types. Anything? Nothing. I've been so starved for upgrades in this game.
Can't do that yet.
It feels like it just goes so long before I get anything. Which is really the death of these kind of games. Like, I know you can't have it go too fast, but at the same time, like, when I can go multiple play sessions without any sort of upgrade, it's kind of a bad sign. Now, some of that can be attributed to the fact that I'm not really necessarily fighting things that are strong, but... Stop shooting me. Okay, what's in here? Worn chest. Like, you give me a chest that fantastic looking, at least put a sword in it. Come on. Alright, let's go activate this here totem. Flowered Chthonian thread stash. I don't feel like wearing anything of the Chthonians, but okay. Not a big fan of those guys. Don't know if that's come up. I mean, the ethereals are worse, but still. Look at them all. I acknowledge that there's a boss there and I should be dealing with them, but... Okay, I gotta get away. I'm not gonna make it. Oh! Powered Fanatic's overcoat. We'll take a look. Hey, Ugdenbog appreciated that I killed that thing. They seem to like it when I kill raptors.
Can't do that yet.
Hey, there's a portal up ahead. Somewhat unexpected.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I am definitely having moments of memory towards Jurassic Park. Who are you? Death's Vigil.
Look here. If it isn't one of Kaiman's zealots, I'm not here to fight you. There are greater threats about. Have you come to atone for your errors? Or do you serve the forgotten god as well?
What do you mean?
I think you know exactly what I mean. You chose to side with that sad bastard and his loyal band of fools back in Sorrow's Bastion. With your help, he nearly wiped out all of our men stationed there. And look where that's gotten us. Here we are chasing the old fool through this wasteland where he plans to resurrect an ancient god that's bent on vengeance. It looks like he might just pull it off. So thank you for that.
Yeah, Father Kaiman was very convincing.
Of course he was. He was trained by the Luminari. Charisma and manipulation are part of his toolkit. With the primordial god at his side, it was trivial for him to convince lesser fools to lay down their lives in his service. I suppose you were even convinced that he found a way to defeat the Chthonians. The gullible will believe anything, particularly in desperate times like these. But that's all behind us. What matters now is what you do next. Will you help us stop him?
Sure.
I suppose that's good news. I've heard rumors of your deeds in Cairn. If any of them are true, it'd be nice to have you on our side now. Do me a favor, though. Stay away from me and my men. After what you did to our brothers in the Blood Grove, I'm sure they'll be on edge with you around.
Yeah, fine. Don't like you either. Proceeds to run right into their camp and kill them all. Now these are goblins. Not the same. But they gotta die too. So one thing I'm definitely noticing is that this class that I've chosen, not great against the hordes that this game likes to throw at you.
That skill's not ready.
That's a boss type creature.
Alright, let's do this.
It's a dung beetle! And there's a part of me that likes that fact. It calls itself a scarab, I call it a dung beetle. And I don't think I'm even wrong. Polished emerald. Okay, I want to check out what's there before we advance. There's clearly something down there, but I haven't figured out how to get to it yet. It's over that way. Ooh, chest. I do wonder if the loot in this game is purely determined by your level. Like, purely determined by that. I'd be surprised, but maybe not that surprised. Oh, here we go. Corvin Expedition.
That skill's not ready.
I came here seeking treasure. All I found was bugs. Now there are less bugs. But now there are more bugs.
Can't do that yet.
And maggots. Lots of maggots. First entry. Second entry. I don't know if it's safe to read these, but we're going to. The writings gathered here are to serve as record of our journey to reach the lost Corvin city. This expedition is a culmination of a lifetime of study by myself, Thomas Peterson, and my esteemed colleague, Roderick Crane. Together we have focused our efforts on an ancient lore that speaks of a magnificent city of gold, hidden deep within the burning desert, a city whose peoples and cultures vanished generations ago. Following the works of Rayon the Scholar, sparse regional folklore, and a number of cryptic religious texts, we were able to piece together a potential location for the lost city. From Rion's writings, we know that the main port of entry to the Corvan civilization was a place called the Karen Docks, a massive coastal city positioned in a protective bay just inland of the large river delta. However, recovered Corvan folklore claims that the waters of this river delta and the protective bay where Karen was situated turned to flame and were burned away by the supposed cataclysmic event that ended the civilization. After speaking with a number of shipping merchants and retired sailors, we have pinpointed a location that fits this description. A strip of land where the desert meets the sea just north of Cape Erin. The terrain and weather here are apparently so treacherous that few have ventured far from the coast. It should not go unmentioned that funding for our expedition was provided by a number of wealthy individuals from both Ireland and Melmoth. It does concern me that their interests in the lost city may not align with ours. They have set a retinue of individuals to monitor our progress and look after their investment. I am concerned that they may attempt to interfere if things don't seem to be going their way. Roderick assures me that, whatever their intentions, we will not allow them to waylay us from our goal. Though I suspect he's told them that we are likely to find some sort of treasure or otherwise valuable items to make it seem worth investing in our expedition. So our journey begins. Okay. Second entry, day 23. Unlike today, our journey has been an exercise in the mundane. I have lost track of time as I watch the ship's crew go about their routine day in and day out. I feel more than a bit useless, but the captain has explained a number of times that our involvement will only make his crew less efficient. So I sit, read, and watch the clouds pass overhead, and review my notes over and over again. That all changed this morning, shortly after dawn, when I was violently awoken by the sound of cannon fire. The shattering boom gave me such a start that I fell out of my hammock. When I rushed above deck, the scene was somewhere between utter chaos and military precision. Before I could determine what was happening, the captain ordered Roderick and I down below. Later, when the fracas had subsided, I had a chance to speak with him. Evidently, the dawn watchman spotted another ship with no colors flying. A sure sign of piracy, the captain said. Instead of risking an attack, he decided to go on the offensive and begin firing as soon as the ship was in range. Whatever he did, it worked, and the other ship fled. However, it appears this is a common tactic among pirates of the region. They follow ships and attempt an attack at night when the crew is less alert. I shudder to think that our expedition could have come to such a grisly end before we even reached the barren shores. Day 27. Captain tells me we're nearing our destination. No more than a day's sailing left, and then an indeterminate number of days searching the desert for the lost city. The retinue of babysitters sent by our investors have been asking a number of peculiar questions about the burial habits of the Corvan people, about the types of objects we might hope to find there, none of which I have answers to. I caught one of them reading an ancient-looking text of some sort the other day. Perennial Arcanum, the name read. It is a volume I'm unfamiliar with. Though, if I didn't know better, I'd say it was exactly the kind of thing that could attract Luminari attention. He snatched the book closed and hid it in his jacket when I asked what he was reading. The scowl said it all. Peculiar indeed. Alright. Beetle Nest entrance. We're going in! Dangerous domain. Players are slowed, but critical damage is increased. Let's find out what this place is all about. Apparently beetles. And I'm not talking about the band. Something I did that pissed off my mom when I was young. So mom obviously came from the era when the Beatles and the Monkees and all that stuff were very popular bands, right? As one would expect. It's a pretty common 70s, 60s era stuff. But when I was a kid, unintentionally I assure you, I would frequently mix up both the Beatles and the Monkees. And there was this one particular song by the Monkees, and it was kind of their intro song. It's like, hey, hey, we're the Monkees. And people say we look the monkey around. But for some reason, my little child brain could not process that it was the Monkees who sang that song. I couldn't keep it in my head. And so I frequently would say something like, hey, hey, we're the Beatles. And people say we beetle around. And mom would just get like so irrationally upset that that was what I chose to say.
That skill's not ready.
And once I figured out that it upset her, I tried to stop doing it, but my memory didn't really help me on this one, and I wound up doing it anyways. And I still remember to this day the scowl that she would give me every time I did that. However, in my defense, I was just a kid. I don't remember this stuff. I don't know anything about the Beatles. Very before my time, Mom. Give me a break. Alright, we gotta fall back. Get this guy out of the rot. Okay, we got it. It's still a bunch of rot. Come on, don't be cowards, come fight me. Yeah, all that for not much. Still, boss down. A VTuber I like quite a bit. I mean, it's a Hololive VTuber, so you know I like them. Nene. Momosuzu Nene. She's really into Beatles, and I started thinking about it as soon as we got in here. I was just like, man, this place is like Nene's heaven. Just Beatles everywhere. One stream she did that I found particularly interesting was she actually has several Beatles as pets. And, oh, here we go. And she has on multiple occasions done a little showcase on them, and it was kind of neat. It's one of the things I've enjoyed about streaming in general is things like that you can get away with. People are so interested in new content and something different. And stuff like that is something that you can do and succeed at. Just kind of an observation, I guess. So I get the feeling that the explorers met an unfortunate fate here at the Beetle Nest. Speaking of beetles and maggots, there's something I could never really adapt to. The idea that some people would eat maggots. I get it. Protein, easy protein. What was that? Oh. Here, let me assist you guys. Here you go. You're welcome. That beetle's just flying there. Died a horrible death and then stayed suspended in air. Undead and bugs. Unlikely combo. Kind of like teamwork. I guess bugs? Yep. Adamantite scarab shell. Intimidating.
Can't do that.
Hey! Ugdenbog's appreciating what I'm doing here. Glad someone appreciates my work. I do take such pride in it. Wait, is there something down here? It says there's a way to go, but I don't see it. I feel like I can go here, but game's saying no. Stop that. Alright, moving on. Oh, I just suddenly got hungry. But it ain't dinner time yet, so suck it up. I had an orange just before I started streaming. It was good. Maybe not sufficient, though. Oh, beetles.
Can't do that yet.
Come on. What you got? I am the Goblin Slayer. All the goblins shall know me and know nothing but fear. Alright. Thoroughly explored that area. Temple City of Osir.
Can't do that yet.
Vague reference to Osiris? Most likely. Lots of undead. Wraiths. Eldritch spirits. Okay.
Can't do that yet.
Keep them coming. Let's clear this place out now while we still can. It's definitely getting a, you guys have seen the movie The Mummy. Burning maggots. That's appealing. Yeah, sign me up for that. Ugh. Okay, I don't want to explore too far over that way until I've cleared everything behind me. Usual strategy. Leave nothing that could sneak up on you. Also treasure. Come get me, I'm stealing your stuff. You better stop me. I'm gonna steal all your stuff.
That skill's not ready.
Ooh, those guys teleported in. And now they're dead. I'd really love to know more of the lore for some of the individual things in this universe. And I know that's on me to go read some more Warhammer, but I wonder how true this is to, like, the actual main Warhammer lore. I don't know much about that stuff. My encounters with Warhammer were sparse, to say the least. Alright. Alright. Let's do this. What you got? Wraiths! Wraiths on wings! I feel like I'm missing stuff. Like, I should be able to go up here, you know? That's how it feels. And that guy's chasing me for some god unknown reason. Can I not break that? Like, you look on the map, and you see that there, and it feels like you should be able to go there. Hello, Wraith buddies. What you got? Any treasure? Loot? Come on, give me loot. I'm a little loot goblin. I guess that kind of counts. Oh, here we go. Pissed someone off, then he died. I got excited for nothing. And Cult of Dreeg at least appreciated that. Actually, all the cults did. Okay. I wonder what impact, like, siding with which cult had. Because it looks like I'm getting reputation with all of them still. Which to me says, like, it doesn't really matter that much, because if I get reputation with them, I should be able to buy their stuff. The Sting. The parchment is covered in what appears to be dried up human bile. Gross. The Corvin people have been generous with their treasures. Hardly a threat in sight. I had to use the fire of my camp to scare off something lurking in the dark last night, but otherwise it has been an easy journey so far. Today I was making my way back to the camp when something stung me. Made me feel a bit dizzy. I know a good night's sleep will help me feel right as rain. Nothing to be concerned about. Day 6, or is it 7? I'm not sure how long I've slept. Something is definitely wrong. My lips are cracked, my gums are bleeding, and the headache. My gods, the headache is blinding. Skin feels like it's crawling. Everything hurts so bad I can barely move. What manner of demons stung me? Day 9. I've managed to crawl my way back to the horse and traveled back south out of the basin, but the symptoms have not abated. Twice now I've woken in agony, burning up. My skin moves on its own as if something was moving beneath the surface. Day 10. I've watched in horror as a fat maggot tore through the flesh of my abdomen from the inside. They're inside me. By the gods, they're feasting while I still live. Body horror, why? Ugh. I had enough of the problem with this in Baldur's Gate. Why here too?
That skill's not ready.
Give me a moment's peace from the body horror, would you? Ugh. There be no shelter here.
Can't do that yet.
Hey, treasure. At least there be treasure here. Go away, bugs. Don't even think it. Alright, everyone come in for a hug. Some of you did not want the hug. You make me sad? Very well. You make me sad. Whew.
Skill's not ready.
They thought to jump me again. Never seems to work out in their favor, though. Okay, these guys are Soleils. They don't seem to mind me too much. Portal's open. Get a good exploration around this place. Make sure there's nothing waiting for me when I teleport in. There we go.
Can't do that yet.
So we definitely got some mummy vibes going on here. Half expect Brandon Fraser to be one of the characters. Now there was someone, now I don't like to typically talk too much about like dudes I find hot. I'm a straight dude and I'm a little repressed on the matter, but that's just the way I am. But even I have the capability to admit when a dude's handsome. And the guy who played like the evil mummy in the Brandon Fraser Mummy Returns, I think it was. Even I gotta admit, dude was hot. Anyone who said otherwise was just wrong. I can't remember his name right now, and I know he's been in a lot of other movies, but goddamn. Okay, do I look around more or do I go into the tomb? I feel like let's look around a little bit more first, but I don't want to get too far away from the tomb. Because I think that's where a couple of my quest objectives are.
Can't do that yet.
Like once I start to lose sight of the entrance in terms of like the game telling me it's there, I'll probably turn back. So yeah, probably turn back here shortly. Like that. What was the point of smashing that, I wonder? Alright, we'll turn back real quick. We'll go into the tomb. Let's see what we find. Maybe we'll make new friends. I'm all about making new friends in this game. Into the tomb of Osir. Man, I gotta watch The Mummy Returns again.
That skill's not ready.
What the? Animated preserver. Does it preserve animations? Is its sole purpose to like keep things like Animaniacs going? Because that would be great. Gonna smash these. Smash a vase. Leave no furniture undestroyed. That's been a constant in all of my streams. Back to the earliest Hollow Knight streams that I did. man. I used to stream a lot more, but then when I started, like... Well, I don't want to go into too much detail, but... Roughly, there was a large period of time where I stopped streaming. And then I eventually came back. And when I came back... Ooh, what have we here? One of the first games I played upon returning to the streaming life was Hollow Knight. Absolutely loved that game. Probably one of the greatest games for the sort of thing that I enjoy that I'd seen in a long time. Like, I love Metroidvanias. Yeah, I like JRPGs. Yes, I love, you know, CRPGs. I like RPGs in general. But if you really want to make me happy, give me a game like Symphony of the Night and just let me go for a while. I guarantee you I will have a blast. Because that's just like right up my alley. You are guaranteed that if you let me play one of those, I'm going to enjoy myself.
That skill's not ready.
Treasure? Not much treasure. Man, I want to play Symphony of the Night again. I know so many people love that game, and it's for a reason. Like, that is just one of the best games ever made. And if you disagree, you can just go be wrong on your own time. Glamorous chest has nothing. I'm just kidding, by the way. If you don't like Symphony of the Night, that's your problem. But you're still welcome here. But you're still wrong. Just saying. You can be wrong and still be welcome here. Now, has it aged well necessarily? Not as necessarily. I still think it aged well, but I can understand where some people are like, ugh, no, it's pretty tired and dead looking these days. I would still play the... Oh, Animated Watcher. Okay, yeah, we need one of these ones. Blood of the Watcher. Obtained. I would like that, please. Hello. It's me again. Okay, these guys seem particularly dangerous. They seem to leave burning stuff around, and that always is bad news for me. Because I don't always notice it. I tunnel vision a little bit when I play games. Oh, another one!
I can't do that yet.
I'm bining. Okay. So there's an exit over that way. But we're not ready to exit. We're gonna clear this whole place out before we leave.
Can't do that yet.
Come on, get up, Mr. Watcher. I know you're awake.
That skill's not ready.
Stop it with your nasty little spells. Not sure where that mallet came from. Must have been like a vase or something there that got popped. My time in the dungeons in this game has made us like constantly trying to see if there's like a wall I can break through. Hey, what happens if I touch this? I expected to be attacked, not gonna lie. There we go.
That skill's not ready.
That felt more like it. All right. I think we've uncovered... Oh, not even close. There's still a big section over there we haven't done. Yep. Preserver wants some. Let's give him what he seeks. If you seek Amy... What? I didn't say that out loud. You didn't hear nothing. Do you have any idea how long it took me to realize what that song was actually about? Okay, can't go that way. Going around the long way. Like, I really thought, like, I read the title and my brain just immediately translated it to that, and like, sounding it out, I had to sound it out multiple times and I still didn't get it for quite a while. Maybe I'm just dumb, but it really just never clicked. That made me feel better. I don't know why, but there's that little moment of unnecessary violence. So what we got in here? Oh, it's a party! Maggots for everyone! Okay, we're gonna open these and expect... Never mind. Okay, now we will open these. All that work for nothing. Come on, game. Give me some blues and purples. I'm level 70. You were supposed to start giving them at level 50, and you've barely given me any, especially in the last few runs. What did I do to deserve this? Can I go this way? I can go this way. Oh boy! I mean, I suppose I did say I wanted some strong stuff, but I was thinking more like equipment. Yeah, I was definitely thinking more like equipment. I don't think you guys can hear it, because I know the mic is tuned very well to avoid that sort of thing. But my neighbor is vacuuming upstairs, and all I can hear is, it sounds like the angriest bumblebee you've ever heard. It's like... meow, meow, meow. It is the worst. But it's not a big deal. I'm glad they're at least cleaning. The apartment I used to live in years and years ago, that place was filthy, and my neighbors did not clean, and it was always bad and bug-ridden, and I'm so glad I don't live there anymore. Of all the things that came out of, like, my losing my job, that's like the biggest fear I have, so I'll have to move into another place as bad as that. You want to put existential dread in me? Remind me of where I used to live. Because I couldn't afford anything else. Back then, I was making half of what I'm making now. I'm about to lose. Game? There's literally nothing there. Why won't you let me through? Whatever. Really? Just fighting them leaves me dying. Whoo, Nelly! The place was a little lively. Royal sarcophagus. This royal was apparently poor.
That skill's not ready.
What, they don't drop blood anymore? Yeah, I've definitely picked up a bunch of yellows. We're gonna take some moment here and clear some of those out. There we go. Alright. Continuing on. Oh, there's a totem up there. We're always in the mood for those. There's something else I need out here. It's on the other side of that wall. We'll make our way towards it. Oh, this one's one of the combat ones. We'll deal with this first. We got to spare Blood of the Watchers just in case. Maybe she'll appreciate the extras. All right. This area generally clear? Nope. All right. Now it should be relatively safe to do this. Regenerator, huh? Ain't regenerating from that. What is Doom Touch? Not much for me. We'll add it to the collection. Oof, some of these fights are getting a little close for my taste. Speaking of, this looks like it's going to be a good time. All right, let's do this.
That skill's not ready.
Let's just kill him before these things are too much of a problem. Done. So what happens when I open this? Nothing. Absolutely heckin' nothing. Come on, game. My hands are not my own. That sounds upsetting. I feel like there's a bunch of enemies I've missed. Yeah, there is. I have to go quite a ways around, but there's a spot there that I haven't explored at all. And well, sir, I ain't one to leave behind enemies that need killing. Besides, it seems like they really want to play. See? They were just rushing to come see me. And I appreciate that. Oh, that hurt. Oh, I'm done for. Okay. Gonna be like that, are you? Have to go get our experience back. The Temple of Osir. We're gonna have to walk all the way back down to the bottom. I've kind of fallen out of the habit since I haven't played this game as much lately of just putting up portals anytime I think I'm gonna run into trouble. Gotta get back into that habit. Are you kidding me?
Can't do that yet.
That undead demon thing. Really? Anyone else gonna just randomly revive and pick a fight with me? Anyone else? Accepting all takers. I suppose it would help if I actually knew where the exit was. Okay, we're going the right way. Oh wow, it's already been over 2 hours. Time be flying. Now anytime I walk past one of these statues, I just keep expecting it to attack me. Which one of you will be the one? Oh. Go pick up our corpse. Wherever it may be. Not there. Comes up every stream, but God, I love the atmosphere in this game. The atmospheric music, so good. Hi, I'm here for a bit of revenge. Hope y'all don't mind. I think they minded. Now, was that an exit since we fought that boss, or is that going to lead us deeper in? Tomb entrance. Yeah, that's the exit. All right, we're done. We were so close. Okay, I know where I am. Yep. We'll get to the next portal, I think, and that's probably when I'll call it. Wherever that portal may be. We've already come across two, so it's going pretty quickly. You know, I think those guys are anticipating my arrival.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, a little bit of an infestation, bit of a bug problem.
Can't do that.
I'm detecting that these guys need to call an exterminator. Well, somebody's following me.
Can't do that yet.
They're not following me anymore. They've learned the folly of their ways. Now that might be wishful thinking. Alright, so there's a quest objective up ahead.
Can't do that yet.
There's something I was kind of wondering about this game. I was wondering if time of day in any way impacts what enemies are available. Like in terms of, right now it's night in game. Alright, you two. This has all gotten way out of hand. I don't suppose you can help us get out of here. Yep. Oh, thank the three. You got here just in time. Those things had us cornered. Listen, we're in no condition to continue, but we need to get out of here. Do you think you can help us? I've been looking for you. Kazan sent me. I knew they wouldn't just leave us out here. We need to get back, but we can't just leave our supplies here. That would be frowned upon. If we come back without these supplies, we might as well slit our own throats. I can open a rift and send you back with your supplies. Is that any safer given what roams the Eldritch Realms? You know what? Doesn't matter. Do whatever you need to. Whatever it takes to get us out of here. Go through the gate. Go! Ah, body massage. Oh, swing low. Body massage. I gotta watch those again too. The Fensler films. Loved those. They were so absurd. I don't usually like absurdist humor that much, but I've been looking through like all of the things I find funny and that stick out with me and that are memorable over the years. And while typically absurdist and silly, random, low random humor actually is a turnoff for me, when it does land, it's the most amazing thing ever. But I feel like everyone tries to do it. And as a result, there's just a lot of bad, quote-unquote, low random humor that just doesn't work. But man, when it hits, it hits. The low random will never be truly my home, but when somebody does it right, it is so good. Okay, this area looks like it's kind of big. Lots of stuff. I still kind of don't understand how this game's like, yes, you punched the ghost. I'm happy. I like punching everything, but, well, I guess stabbing in this case, but... It always kind of struck me weird with all of the wraith-type characters or creatures and enemies that we fought, that I can even hit them to begin with. How does that even work? Corvin Plateau. Oh, those things. Ah, birds, harpies, griffins. Let's say some of those things look like giant maggots, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. But we're going down there anyways.
That skill's not ready.
Alright, what's in the stash? Howard Flamebreaker. I feel like I've gotten one of those before. Yeah, I've gotten the non-empowered version before. A gate, huh? Doesn't look like one now.
That skill's not ready.
Silly goblins. How did you think that was gonna play out? We're going to have to head back to town soon, so I really hope we find the portal sooner rather than later. Okay. Scorpions. Neat. Neat. Griffins with wings. More griffins. So, I understand that in lore, griffins are typically bad guys. They're monsters. And, you know, in like basic mythologies, if it's a monster, it's bad. If it ain't humanity, it's bad. I get it. I have no problem with that. But then there's also the times where griffins are used to represent noble creatures and good guys. And I always wondered how that happened. Like, how do we go from them being monsters and enemies of humanity as a result? When did that transition happen, I wonder? And how and why and all that stuff. If ever I was going to study literature, it would be for things like that. Like, how did we go from these are creatures that would tear us limb from limb and eat our children to, they're proud and noble. We should be friends with them. How did that occur? I'll take those iron bits. Money, money, money. Money. Rations, yep, we take those. Okay, so these paths just meet up, that's good. Less exploring for me. Big griffins. Okay, that's a pretty impressive looking statue, but unfortunately it seems to come with free enemies. It's like the Happy Meal of statues. Looks like a giant griffin statue, no less. Yep, that's what it is. Another little personal quirk I've noticed. I keep misreading Corvin Sands as, like, Georgian Sands. And I don't even know why. Okay, is there another route I could have taken here? Yes, there was. Whoa! What are you? Well, you hit like a truck. No, I'm dead. Oh. The hell was that? There was an achievement for it. Friggin' T-Rex. I thought I had seen it all with the raptors, but no, we got a T-Rex. And an achievement for killing said T-Rex. That was kind of... Are those scorpion humanoids? Really? Yeah, that's what it is. That was unique. I don't know what was more unique, the raptor T-Rex thing, or these guys. I would not have attacked you guys if you hadn't tried to snipe me. Somewhat of a lie, but
That skill's not ready.
oof, poison everywhere. Suppose it makes sense, Scorpius things. Beetles. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Stop attacking me. Stop it. Oh, we're gonna blow something up, I think. Maybe dangerous to rouse its potential. We're not blowing anything up. I got excited about the possibility. Okay, I want to clear out this area. Said it many times. Don't like the possibility of things coming up behind me. Just make sure this map is cleared out, so we know what our escape route is should things go south. As they frequently do.
Can't do that yet.
Scorpion people! How lovely. How have I not run out of inventory space yet? I've got to be close. All right, we're going to map out the edge of this desert as much as we can. Ooh, that poison's getting bad. Okay, okay. Let's take that food ration. Or not. I'll finish that guy off. Okay, portal up ahead. We'll clear out this area. We'll claim the portal. And that'll end the stream. Ba-ba-dum-bum. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't do that yet.
Just poison everywhere. Why is it like this? Okay, this area's... Whoa, that... Not only was there lag, but there's that other flesh horror down there. Yeah, that's, that looks like something the Ethereal's cooked up. Yeah, I love that. I wonder if the god that the Ethereals served is the one that's currently locked under the sands now. Because I know they served a lot of gods, but they said in the end that they wound up choosing one of the losing sides. I'm wondering if mayhaps that's the one they were connected to. I feel like it might be, given all the situation. Oh boy,
I can't carry it.
there it is. I was wondering when that happened.
That skill's not ready.
Yeah, that's one of Bismiel's folks. Here, let me help you guys out.
My inventory
Okay. Get rid of any yellows we may have. We don't seem to actually have any. Kind of good. I did say we were going to clear the area around the map first. And I will. I like having my map uncleared. Or cleared, rather. This wasn't the portal I wanted to take. This was. Now I know who this is. Wait, all of these cutscenes now I know who they are. These, like, transition images. Now I know who they are. Oh, okay. I see what's going on now. Cult supplier.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Okay. Alright, we'll start at the very back. Items we are interested in. Main hand weapons, such like that. We can't use that one. That's of no benefit to us. Neither is that. Guns don't work for me. I can't wear those. We'll get rid of a lot of the I can't use that stuff. I can't carry anymore. I can't use that. Even if I could use it soon, the reality, as I've mentioned a few times, is that I will probably find something better in the time until I, like, when I can use it. Like, sometimes it's just a level requirement that I'm missing, but trust me, I will find more before I ever get to that level. Almost every time, without fail. And if it's a weapon type I just don't use, period, then I'm just gonna get rid of it. Alright. Let's go back to the back page. Two-handed hammer. Are you of any benefit to me? No. Off you go. Don't use guns. Okay, those gloves any good? No. No. Belt? Sadly, no. Not expecting much here. But I'd love it if I was wrong. Not even in the same, like, range. We've got... Nah. I don't usually use crossbows, but let's just really quickly see, just to make sure. Yeah, I didn't think so. What kind of weapon is this? Oh, that's an axe. That does not look like an axe to me. I don't use familiars. Fortunately, my class doesn't do much in the way of summoning. I just smack things. Alright, what do we got here? I don't use guns, so I can safely throw those out. Does that ring any good? Nah, not really. Two-handed weapon? Nope. No benefit to me. Gloves? Nada. Shoulders? Nope. Big two-handed sword. You any good? Nope. What are you? Two-handed axe? That does not look like an axe to me. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding what they're getting at. I mean, I understand a halberd is the same idea, but it's not a... I suppose for weapon classing, they're not much different in terms of how you use them. What's this? Metal. No good to me. Nada. Nope. Nope. Okay, that's all crafting supplies. We keep that. I've done nothing because I keep assuming that I'm going to get new gear. And so I keep winding up not using any of this stuff because I'm just like, oh, well, I'll just save it for when I find a really good piece. Except, I haven't really found any really good pieces. And when I do, they're quickly replaced anyways, because I'm still leveling. Ooh, those might actually be worth keeping. Let's just hold on to those. Powered Fanatic's overcoat. Doesn't do anything for me. Flame Scourge Girdle doesn't do anything for me either. We'll just stick these down here. Alright. Rest of it's going in the stash. And we'll go turn in the quests we do have.
Got something you need stashed?
Do I ever? Take all that from me. Take these. You can also take these. Alright. That's everything. This is a level 51, so that goes in the shared. I think I've already got a few of these, so let's just see which one's better. This one. That one now becomes garbage. What level are you? Level 58. Wait. Wait. I might be having a dumb. Yeah, I'm having a dumb here. Alright. I think level 50 stuff can start going here. I'm clearly not going to use it. Okay, let's go back to my stash for this stuff. It's all 65. So anything that's higher than that we'll put in here. So few things that have use. That said, eventually I'll have an alt, and then I'll have tons of good stuff for them. Wait, do I already have one of these? I could have swore I did. Maybe the non-empowered version. Don't see it. Alright, and here you go. Okay. Stormseeker's Saber. Not much good to me. Ancient Hearts.
I'll keep an eye on this.
Alright, let's go hand in these two quests. Hey, I saved your friends.
Serve the three and prosper. Deny them.
I see the artifacts have been recovered. Oh, and the aspirants too. I have you to thank for that.
Yep.
Yes, they're bruised, exhausted, and shaken up, but they did their job. The artifacts they found should be of use, at the very least. They should offer valuable insight, if not new secrets for us to learn. You've exceeded my expectations. Perhaps there's another thing you can assist me with. Something more enjoyable.
Oh? What's that?
A trio arrived in camp. The seers of Dreeg had witnessed their coming on their tapestry or whatever nonsense they spew. They insist that the trio belongs with us under the servitude of Soleil. I'm not quite as inviting. If they wish to pledge themselves to the Dark One, then they must be tested. If you're interested, you can administer their trial. Speak to them here at our camp and determine their worth through bloody combat. Then inform me of their value to Soleil.
Sure. So where's your recruits? Oh, there they are. Your recruits are about to die. Ricket, huh?
So we've got to pass a test then. I'm ready for whatever you've got, so long as it doesn't involve any reading or magic. I'm not so handy with either of those. Let Atron know when you're going to get started. I trust his lead.
So what are you three doing out here?
It's a long story. Adrian has the right to be here, and I'll make sure of it.
All right, good luck then.
We've been instructed to wait here for our initiation. I suppose that's why you're here?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
We're prepared for whatever you throw at us. Whatever it takes to earn our rightful place in Solisle's ring. So what will it be? Slaying some beasts, a battle of wits, or
are you going to fight me?
Oh, I wasn't expecting to fight people, but if that's what it takes, all right, we're ready.
Do it. All right, you guys lost.
I yield. That's enough. Your skill is far beyond my own. I have no chance of besting you in fair combat.
Well, that was a miserable effort.
If this is what Solisle expects of us, then we have no business serving the three. I humbly concede.
I'm saying that maybe that was decent.
You are too kind. I fought my hardest, but I must say it was a miserable defeat. I feel like a small child battling the ocean current, tossed about, dragged beneath, and battered on the rocky depths. Your prowess in battle was eye-opening. I only hope our brutal defeat was still enough to prove that lengths we're willing to go to earn a place in the service of Solisle.
Yeah, you've proven your worth.
I'm pleased to hear that. The three of us will serve dutifully and hope we will live up to your expectation.
They were pretty sad, man. But maybe they'll be good sacrifices.
Serve the three and prosper.
They're worthy.
Excellent to hear. More blood in the service of Solisle, more loyal servants to live and die in his glorious name. Perhaps we'll start where the scavenging crew failed. Just don't expect me to go rescue them.
Alright, we're going to head back, pick up that one green we left behind, finish clearing out the general area. We're not going to go to any adjourning areas. We're just going to go straight to finishing that one off. And then we'll save it and call it a day. Also, we'll let this person know we did the thing.
Were you successful? Do you have the blood?
Yeah.
Yes. The power coming off their blood is intoxicating. This
Easy.
is exactly what Bismiel demands. Here, a small gift from the Eldritch realm for your efforts.
Alright, what else?
What I must ask of you next is much more dangerous.
Okay.
But perhaps more exotic, depending on your taste for travel.
I do like to kill things.
Few mortals ever witnessed the splendor of the Eldritch realm.
I've been in there.
The Lady of Whispers has blessed us with a rift stone, granting us brief access to a secluded portion of her realm. Therein dwells a creature known as Galfang, the Night Terror. Bismiel has decreed that its time has come. Its essence will be made to serve. You are to enter the realm of the gods and track down this creature. Slay it, and bring me the core of eldritch energies that swirls within its chest. Bismiel demands it be so.
Okay. But not today.
Not today, Bismiel.
Bismillah, no! Do I have any other things to turn in? Nope. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum. Conquer the 5th shard of the Shattered Realm. Oof. We'll do that at some point. That's not the portal I wanted to use. That was dumb of me. Oh no, this might be. Here, let me help you with the other. Maggots fell out of the body.
That skill's not ready.
That would be a hurricane, or whirlwind of some sort. Stone griffins. Neat. Okay, let's make sure this general area is clear before we do this.
That skill's not ready.
I am sandwiched between two bosses. That's an unfortunate state of being. Loot explosion. We like those. Powered shadow weave leggings. That could be good. Are you good? I feel like I've worn these before. I may have committed to searching a bigger place than I realized. Yeah, whatever. It's Sunday. It's the one day of the week I don't force myself to learn stuff and do stuff. Playing video games a little bit longer than intended won't kill me. Okay, so what's over there that I'm detecting an entrance to? I'm sure we'll find out in time. Oh, so this is the docks area. More of the scorpions. And the maggots. Even more scorpions. And more undead. I am just bringing all the boys to the yard. Because they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right it's better than yours. Beat you, but I'd have to charge. So for the most part, the undead are easy to deal with until they explode into a ton of maggots. That I could do without. Oh wow, this really was at one point an ocean. You can tell. Good job, devs. Good job. Can I not go there? I feel like I can go there. Eh, whatever. Ectoplasm. For those of you who were into Ghostbusters when you were a child. Despised with the Eldritch Horrors. Oh, I think this means I can get Nemesises now. Special boss monsters that are stronger than other ones. But also give better loot. I have achieved Nemesis status.
Not ready.
I'm almost proud of that point. Okay, can't walk through that apparently. Yeah, I figure at this point the Eldritch Horror type's got to be getting tired of me. I just keep showing up and stabbing everything. Everything that they work so hard to resurrect. I'm just ruining everything. Stab, 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 stab. Stab, 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 stab. Oh, I hear people fighting up here. I'm gonna come join in. There was a party and I was clearly not invited. This won't do. How do I get up there? Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone. Wasn't that fun? We should do that again sometime.
Can't do that yet.
Oh boy. I've walked into the middle of something. Albert? Okay, I see a quest objective. Yeah, this map is definitely bigger than I realized I was committing to. Oh well. And it looks like the thing that I was sent to... Oh boy, yep, there's Anorak's journal. This is where He and his brothers apparently didn't make it. That's a person.
Hey, I could use some help over here.
I think my leg's broken. Anorak sent you? That figures. The guy worries like an old woman. He's always after us to be careful and watch out for each other. Though, I guess he was right this time. He's always right. It's incredibly annoying.
Alright, where's your brother?
I don't know. I mean, he told me to run and he looked horrified, so I booked it. The whole temple started shaking. It was like an earthquake or something. I fell coming up the stairs and busted my leg up pretty bad. When I yelled out for Andoran to help me, he wasn't there. So I hauled myself up the rest of the way up the stairs,
So he's still down in there.
Well, he must be. He certainly didn't pass me on his way out. Well, I'd like to go down there to look for him, but I can't walk, not with my leg like this. Are you going to go down there and find him?
Yeah, but first let's get you out of here.
How are you going to do that? I'm certainly not walking out.
Like this. Alright, fuck it. We're gonna do it. We're going in. Sandblown Ruins. Treasure? Just watch this thing like be a 3-layer deep dungeon. Okay, that area is blocked. Okay, great. Good to see you. So some enemies are capable of jumping away from you. Like they've got like a disengage ability. And I can't tell when my character's knockback has sent something flying sometimes, and when it's just like their natural runaway ability. So they look dead to me, but then I find out, no, they're actually not. The Bindings of Bismael. Don't worry, sir. I saw you. I won't leave you there. What's this? What's this? Codex of Magliosia? I don't use codices, but... Codici? Codex. But I'm sure I will eventually have a character who does. And another book just like that. Powered Heretics Tome. Silly fly swarms, stop it. Okay, before we touch this, we'll just wait for everything to be all filled back up again. Alright, let's do it.
Bruh, bruh. That skill's not ready.
Alright. Take all this. Yeah, I didn't think there'd be anything too interesting in here. Okay, just for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to start pushing all this stuff back to the front of my inventory. I was actually trying to figure out earlier today if my clock was broken or not, because I hadn't really heard it go off when I expected it to. But it just went off, so I'm happy to hear that. The clock that you occasionally hear on stream, I don't know how well it comes through. I don't think it comes through that well. Was actually a gift to me by my mother. I rather enjoy it. There we go. Inventoried. Looks good. Alright, so quest objectives just up there. We'll make sure that everything's cleared out first, though. I definitely see a boss enemy right over there. We'll deal with that. Hey, level up. I like those. The cult appreciates my efforts in killing everything that moves. I am to be rewarded for my massacring of everything that exists in this place. Alright, so this is the way in. Oh, your buddy died.
Hey, stop fiddling with my body!
You shouldn't go around messing with every random corpse you come across. Look, you're dead. Yeah, no kidding. You're a smart one, ain't you? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. This is just a new thing for me, being dead. Yeah, being dead. Are you toying with me? I gotta be honest, stranger, I don't feel dead. I mean, I can see you there poking around my corpse, but here I am just standing here. Guess I'm a ghost or something. What do you know about that? Your brother sent me to find you. Errol and Anorak? So Errol made it out all right. A damned rat. When I told him to run, I didn't mean for him to take off on me. Suppose I can't blame him. I probably scared the pants off him screaming about how we had to get out of here. So what happened down here? Well, we got down to the heart of the temple, expecting to find nothing but skeletons and a bunch of loot. But there's a crazy old man down there with an army of ghosts. So much as saying hello, the old freak cast some sort of spell at me. Panicked and told Errol to run. Well, he took off for the exit, like a couple of scared kids, and the whole place started shaking, rocks falling from the ceiling and everything. I was dodging left and right, but I think one of them must have clocked me right in the melon, because everything went black all of a sudden. Then the next thing I remember is looking down at you snooping around my body. Must be the old man's spell that turned me into a ghost or whatever this is. Something tells me I ain't getting out of here till somebody puts a stop to that old bastard scheming. Don't suppose you're up for a good fight? Want to go down there and beat some sense into that old weirdo? Yeah. Yeah, I do. He might have loot, as you said. And you know what that means? That means I gotta go beat the shit out of him. But first, level up. Do I dare skill up? I don't even know what skills I was working on. Which ones have made it as far as they were intended to go, so just give me a sec while I go check. Alright, what was I supposed to be leveling up skill book? That's as far as that's supposed to go, that's as far as that's supposed to go, and that is now as far as that's supposed to go. Is there anything else at this tier? Nope. Next thing is this thing here, and we're not going to be there for a while. Let me just check what it says about Inquisitor. Here I'm supposed to be doing an Inquisitor right now. Nope, I'm already doing too much. So, we'll start moving that forward. Okay, yep, I'm okay with all of that. So the devotion map, as I remember, was kind of messed up. It doesn't work what the guy says I should be able to do. But we're going to do it anyways. Because I do need ghoul, it says. Just need to go up here and get that. Mantis we get done. Then after that I should be able to start going back over here. Yep. So I got all the ones I was supposed to get there. And I can get this and this now, which are the next big ones. Alright, so that's starting to work. It's not going to work the way this guide says, but it'll be close enough. I'll be missing 1 or 2 key abilities, but I'm sure I can figure that out. Alright, let's go piss off whatever's down here. Human remains right off the bat. Always a good sign. Lots of undead. Suppose that's to be expected. Burning maggots.
Can't do that yet.
That's just lovely. Come on, get up already. I can tell you're there.
That skill's not ready.
All right. Let's start this one.
That skill's not ready.
That was easy. But we didn't get much for it, so I suppose that makes sense.
Can't do that yet.
Ooh, it's a party here. Mostly maggots, but, you know, still a party. So I wonder whereabouts the scheming bastard is. Plenty of undead here, so we're clearly in the right spot, but...
Can't do that yet. That skill's not ready.
I'm gonna wreck it. Gonna come in here and wreck all y'all. Just call me Ralph. Cause I'm gonna wreck it. I've always been kind of undecided on what the best approach to exploration in these kind of games was, whether it's better to just pick a side and clear it out. I mean, I've mentioned a few times, I like to clear out around and behind me. I like to create like a wall of safe space. Someone the burning is just... Oh, they're dead now, so it doesn't matter. I thought that might have been the boss, but it's not. I wonder if I'm forever locked out of the rewards from the cults I didn't join. That's a phrase I never thought I'd have to say. Yeah, that was a lot of loot. All right. I suspect there's going to be a door that closes behind me soon. The game likes to do that to me.
That skill's not ready.
Nope, that's an exit. But there is definitely a boss of some sort there. We'll deal with him in a sec. Once I've confirmed that I'm not going to get too many surprises here. Kurgan the Mad Priest.
That skill's not ready.
Oh boy, he's got a second form. Well, he's dead now. Cults appear to appreciate my efforts. Anything? 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 No. Anything? Nope. Oh, well. I come searching for riches, but I find nothing. Anyways. Keep exploring. Oh, the third entry of the Corvin expedition. Grab that. Kaboom! Oh, we got a purple finally. Probably won't be one I can use, but we take those. Okay, massive crossbolt thing. Yeah, no good to me. Learned how to make Dreeg's Affliction, though. Is that anything like Jane's Affliction? Just wondering out loud. Ooh, opulent. Wasn't very opulent. You know, game, that was cruel of you to get my hopes up. Oh, I'm still using my two-handed weapon. That's why this feels weird. Swoop. There we go. This map is huge. We went from having a bunch of small sections to suddenly have a huge section. Game, what's up with that? I had all these plans to end quickly, and then you're just like, nah, we're gonna keep you playing for a while. Well, I enjoy it, because it's Sunday, and what else am I gonna do on a Sunday? I mean, come on. I had plans. But I gave my word that I would clear the map area out first. I do want to know what's in that chest. We're gonna go find out. It says it's opulent, but we've seen how crappy those have been. Yeah, it wasn't much. Whole bunch of unexplored area. We'll get it.
Can't do that yet.
I'll have it all cleared out. We will know this whole region. What is that? Taking bets that there's going to be a boss fight where I have to deal with that thing. It's going to come alive or something. I think it's going to happen. Okay, we're going to go back and clear this area over here.
Can't do that yet.
Eventually. We're going to do that eventually. He said as he continues now after an hour ago, he said he would stop. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. There's no problem here. I can stop whenever I want. I clearly just don't want to, that's all. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not trying to clear out the whole map. What are you talking about? I almost didn't see that guy. Game gets a little confused with its own, like, verticality. It's a little weird. Alright, so what's up here? Hyena's Diary. Who the heck are you? We're getting a lot of lore stuff. I'm gonna have to take some time and read it soon. So we got all of this and all up there. Yeesh. Mouth writing checks that my time can't keep. Or can't cash. That's fine. I'd planned to go till at least 4 o'clock and normally, so we'll do that. Keep it rolling. I want to clear out the part that goes down south. I think that's a priority for me, just in case. Good lord. He's getting sniped from every which direction. Also constant maggots. You see the like a wave of enemies flying towards me. This map is going to be well and truly cleared out before I leave.
That skill's not ready.
I might be soon ready to refine my loot filter. Right now I've got it set so it doesn't drop anything lower than yellow, which so, you know, like grays and stuff like that don't show up. But I think I'm soon ready to even cut off some of that stuff. Because like yellows, I'm not really picking them up anymore. Alright, so that's definitely the next zone, because I even saw the portal on the next spot there. Still, we're going to clear all this out. I want to maybe just go until there's like a definitive end. Like, nothing past here except dungeon. Guys, I'm walking here. Just showing up and causing me trouble. Okay, these guys hit a little hard. Oh, one of them's a boss, that's why. Okay. Okay. I respect what had just occurred, even if I don't like it. It's alright. We'll make them pay for that. God, it's super sunny out right now, too. Part of me that wants to, after this, hop on my trike and go for a ride, but I'm trying to, as I've mentioned, save money. So I probably won't do it, but there's a part of me that's like, you should do it. You should go. It's a sunny day. They don't happen that often these days. You should go. You should do it. Wait, that guy's gonna wake up as soon as I go by him. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Oh, excuse me. Full of boips. All the boips. Alright, so where do I need to go here? Can't go up there. I think this is the right way.
That skill's not ready.
Yep, a lot of friends. These aren't the friends who killed me though, so that's good. Though they are certainly doing a number on me. I'm not going to fight the boss right away. I'm going to clear out his little friends first. And now we're going to go for revenge. Okay, now that we've gotten our revenge, we'll deal with all these other guys. Despite him beating the crap out of me, he didn't really have anything. Which is disappointing.
That skill's not ready.
Ooh, that's a lot of wraiths. These glamorous chests haven't really been glamorous. You get maybe a green. That's disappointing. Ooh, you're a big fella. Had to stop and like scratch my nose a bunch. Ugh. These guys really just want to drop in. They just really want to hang out. Writings of this Rion the Scholar. Final entry. I kind of jumped past that guy who I think's gonna wake up. Yeah, there he is. Rion the Scholar, first entry. If I didn't know better, I'd say this place had something to do with that Rion fellow. Former home, maybe?
Can't do that. That skill's not ready.
If we're lucky, we'll find all of his books. Opening chests is losing its fun. Too long with nothing good. So what's up here? Anytime I see like a big platform like this, I always get hopeful that there's like something like a boss or something good. And then it's just something like that and you're done. There is a totem thing up here though. And we like those. Alright, let's start it. Nothing. Just a devotion point. Well. Could you stop dropping fire on me? It's very rude. Totally uncalled for in the grand scheme of things. This guy was just kind of hanging out, watching everything else go down. Didn't want to be a part of it. I understand that. Okay, how much more of this map do you think? I feel like that's a pretty clear cutoff point, so I think we've met what I said I would do. Unless... We'll see how close the portal is to the edge. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. I'm fine, this is fine. Totally not looking for reasons to keep playing. Okay, it looks like it's really close. It is. And it's guarded. We'll stop there. Alright. Back to the conclave of the three. Alright, we've done it. That's enough for today. Alright. So, want to thank anyone who's here, who stopped by, or who's watching this in the VOD. It's greatly appreciated. Oh. I've been playing this for almost 3.5 hours. I think it's time for me to stop, go outside, touch some grass, see some sun, cook some food, do the usual Sunday rituals. Looking forward to it all. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.